Hello, everyone. Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome to episode 7. It's been a couple weeks. Everyone can hear Bewick, right? Let me know, please.
Hello. I'm on. Testing.
Oh my god. Also, someone in the chat, leave us a poll question because we couldn't think of one. I'm just gonna be honest. Couldn't think of one. So whoever leaves a poll question that is interesting and we can talk about, I will give you $4,000.
Dang, big prize today.
Checks payable by Bewick, of course. But how are you doing, man?
Not too bad. Busy. I feel like I'm more busy right now than I ever have been in my entire life.
You don't seem like you do much.
Oh my god, dude.
Bewick's like screaming.
Oh my god. I swear. I will fight you. You guys can tune into the boxing match. That'll be next Thursday for 2 Scoops. Pat and I will be boxing.
Okay. So when you lose, what you're gonna do? You give a speech when you lose?
Oh my god. How are you, Pat?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good, actually. You know what? We've been so busy that like the fact that we have a show is amazing. Let's see. Who looks better with a hat? Or okay, you're all trolls. I can't expect good questions out of you guys. Soft or crunchy peanut butter? Uh-oh. Wait a second. I think Bewick kind of looks like a crunch man.
You think so?
I take you as a crunchy peanut butter guy.
A crunchy peanut butter? Nah.
No,
it's all
smooth.
about the smooth.
Wow, I'm crunchy. Smooth. No, I'm kidding. I'm smooth. No. And peanut butter too.
A peanut butter debate.
So.
Okay, but are you one of those people that gets the peanut butter and jelly like mixed in the same jar kind of thing?
No.
Isn't that gross?
What is that called? Gooby?
I don't know.
Goober?
Goop? I don't know.
Goober.
I have no idea.
Who buys freaking Goober? Tell me right now. Out yourself.
Okay. People are talking about Uncrustables though. You like Crustables or Uncrustables?
Crustables? Yeah,
just the crust.
Hold the sandwich, please. I'll have just the crust.
I don't want the middle part.
Jesus. How's everyone doing, by the way? We've missed you. We've missed you all. Today, just to give you a rundown of what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about Sabotage League. We're going to be talking like a recap of round 1. And this is the show where we're going to unveil the round 2 details. And
they aren't ready for round 2.
They are not ready.
They're not ready for round 2, Pat.
No, they're not. It's going to be... I'll give you one hint before we go into it. It's going to be a beautiful symphony.
It's gonna be. Beautiful is a word for sure.
Yeah. We're also
How do you feel right? How you feeling right now about Sabotage though? You're down 2. You're down 2 points. I
mean, it's 5-3, so that's kind of as close as you can get. I mean, 4-4, 5-3. It's all. I mean.
Okay.
You had a battle of the losers the other day.
All right. Oh, okay, dude.
We're going to be talking about some things that we've missed since the last episode, including Splatoon 3, Mario Kart, Switch Sports. We're going to be talking about the new Kirby game. Has anyone played the new Kirby game? Put a 1 in the chat if you have.
I haven't even gotten to play it. Well,
I have, and I have some strong thoughts.
All right.
And then we're going to be talking about a very divisive... I was going to say the dumbest article ever, but you know what? I can't say that because there's probably going to be people here that agree with it.
Oh.
Do you think so? I don't know.
That you're coming out swinging already? Dumbest article, you think?
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't say it, but then I repeated it, so it's like
oh, okay.
I don't know. Anyway. So talk to us about Sabotage League, man. What are your thoughts so far? And guys, let us know, and we'll read some of your thoughts in the chat.
Well, you know, we've had some upsets. We've had some landslides. I think there hasn't been that many where it was just like not close at all, which I think is really nice. Mm-hmm. The closest match definitely being Timmy versus Tommy versus Iona for sure. In the last maze, Iona just got stuck a little bit and Timmy versus Tommy just squeaked right through for the win right there. That was pretty wild. Wilbo has aged me 30 years, so that's exciting. I never want to watch Wilbo do any kind of maze ever again. Listen, so I'm glad that we'll have to do that again.
So I think Wilbo is starting something, okay? He's definitely, everyone wants to be the class clown, right? But I think someone is going to take it too far. Like someone's going to try to top the trolliness of Wilbo and lose the match because of it. I
thought he was going to lose because of it. He crafted an axe, and I was like, that flimsy axe is going to break.
Yep.
And, he didn't care. He's standing there. Yep. He was letting Peyton just read the whole Sabotage, read him a little bedtime story.
Take his time.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there, he's looking at the Sabotage, yep, yep, okay, yep, that sounds right. I'm like, of course my internet's down, so I'm getting 10 second segments with chat trolling me the whole time, so that was a brutal one to watch or not watch.
And so every match that happens, Bewick and I are pretty much like this. We're on a call. And people want us to make videos out of those calls, and that just can't happen for many reasons.
I don't think so. We are screaming, guys. It is. You don't want it. Trust me. It's
if you want a sneak peek, it's literally like, go left, dude. Yeah.
Why are you going back in there? You've already been in there. You've done that. You've done that. That's basically it.
So yeah,
the entire time.
I'm enjoying it. A lot of people in the chat too. Best season ever. They like Sabotage Island. Okay, so we've done a whole round, 8 rounds, by the way, on one island, which changed overnight each time. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Sabotage Island? Because you came up with it. I'm not even gonna front and say I did. Do you think it adds to it? Do you think it takes away? What are your thoughts on it?
I think we did great and poorly for ourselves because we can't do it again without an island. I don't think. I would love to see chat's opinion. Can we do floors? Hate it and never want to visit again. I don't know if we can do it next season without an island. I'd love to see what chat thinks, but I don't think we can do it again without it.
No.
I think it adds so much. It's an equalizer. The sabotages are obviously equalizers, but so many times someone can get there first and the spies just tell the other person what to do and they catch up real quick. So
yeah, it's sort of like that grand finale. And the when we first thought of this idea, the first 50 points you get were sort of like a key to unlock Sabotage Island. And then, we've had, I don't know exactly, but there's been at least 2 or 3 matches where the person that got their second won. It's not you get 50 points, you go to Sabotage Island, you win. It's very much up in the air still. So
right.
I like that aspect.
Yeah, I agree. I think as far as us having to build it and stuff, we put ourselves in a corner because it's a lot of work for sure.
Yeah. Because you're building an island right now. You're almost done. You're literally
almost done. Yeah, I was just showing you. I have one last section to work on, and then it's gonna be ready to go.
So my island, in terms of difficulty, I would say a 6 out of 10. Bewix is probably an 8.5. I would say.
Okay, we did have a question that said who was the most, what did it say, evil or something like that when building the Sabotage Island. Who do you think? I think yours are good though.
I mean, I'll be totally honest. My Sabotage Island was a scrapped maze project that I was doing. Okay. So the middle jumpy parts in the water that was made, the ice maze was made. And then an area to the right or something was made. So your maze was made from the ground up with a whole seamless concept. Mine was patched together
right.
This
idea.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I feel like we're both evil, but we're kind of learning as we go. We're evil in different ways. Mine's more of a destination. Right. Yours is more, I would say your island is more of a puzzle.
Easy, yeah.
It's not easy.
No, I'm saying easy. Don't,
It's a puzzle.
Don't tell them too much.
It's a puzzle style.
Mine's
a race style.
True.
Yeah, but we're very distinct. If you see this island, you'll be like, yeah, the guy that made the other one didn't make this one.
Yeah, this one's very different.
Yeah.
It's very different.
So man, I want to milk this. I want to milk this as much as we can, but
I know. How many of the competitors do we have in here right now, you think? Who's in here? I see Kato.
There's
I
a
see
lot.
Kay.
And you know what the sad thing is? 8 people were eliminated.
I know.
That's
First round cuts it in half.
Yeah, and we've had great competitors, people that I've never heard of before that you recommended, people I recommended that you weren't familiar with. It's just it's just such a great collab, man. I mean, we're not the first to do this. There's been things in the past, but people are like messaging me all the time, like, oh, I found, this person now, and this person's like super cool.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's cool to see everybody start doing a lot more too. I feel like it kind of picks everybody up and gives them a little boost and, gets them going on their own things too. So that's cool to see.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, who's ready for round 2 details? Let me know in the chat right now if you're ready. Okay. Round 2, you can blame Bewick for this idea again, because Sabotage Island was Bewick's idea. Round 2 was Bewick's idea. I'm like, I just show up. I'm happy to be here. I build some islands. So this is the updated bracket.
We should talk about. I think we should talk about the battle back first. I think that'll be a good segue, right?
The battle back? Okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Snacks had to drop out, right? So we had to get someone from Team Bewick, because that was fair, get someone back in. So we had Becca and Kato battle it out to see who's going to come back. And Kato ended up winning.
Yep.
Now, we were both watching that, and we loved it, because if Kato won, Kato's coming back to have a revenge match with Artsy, because Artsy was the one that knocked Kato out initially, right?
Yeah. So that's why the bracket looks weird, because we've said this before. Snacks had to get out. He's taking like a break from everything. So yeah, your team, Snacks was on your team won, so we had to replace Snacks with a teammate of yours.
Right.
So that's what they did. And Kato, it was a great match. It was a really good match.
It was. It was really good. It was close.
There was a couple, curveballs in there.
Yeah, and the very first thing that Kato did, like UFC, WWE style, was immediately stand up and flex and call out the next opponent of Artsy.
Which I think was a mistake.
I think it was too.
I think it was a giant mistake.
I think that was a problem.
That's a big problem for round 2.
It is a big problem for round 2, because why is that?
So that's so I don't think you should call out your teammate.
They shouldn't be calling out their teammates, because now Kato and Artsy will be on the same team.
Exactly.
Going against
and I don't think
Kay
you should
and
call
Toffee.
out. Exactly. Listen, in a duo round, I don't think you should call out your teammate.
You should not be calling out your own teammate in a duo round, Kato. It's a bad idea.
You shouldn't be doing that. So
bad blood. Blood between teammates already?
That's bad blood. Listen, look at the bracket. I gave it to you guys. A normal bracket, the names are on the outside of the bracket. The second round, look at them. They're in the same square. So now we have Wilbo Cleo versus Timmy Tommy EJ. That's going to be a spicy one. And then Kay and Toffee versus Kato and Artsy. Man, how the turntables, man.
How the turntables. Now they're not now, Artsy is not now Team Bewick. EJ is not now Team Bewick. It's still the same captains for those teams, but you guys will be competing together to get to the next round.
And this is just a Bewick. Just soak this in for a second, because we'll never get this back. We'll never get this one back. So okay, we're not going to release everything. We don't want to say everything, because part of this round is adapting to what happens. But basically the goal is going to be, so let's just, for example, Kato and Artsy, they collectively need to get 100 points now, or whatever point total. We haven't really tested.
We haven't nailed down the points yet. Yeah.
It's going to be both teams collectively have to get to a point total. Both teams, so like Kato and Artsy, both of the buddy villagers apply to them. Okay. So Fauna could affect Artsy. Artsy would get 5 if she found Fauna, and so on. And also, we're not going to give away a lot, but Sabotage Island is I think the first ever co-op puzzle island.
This has been probably one of the bigger challenges of making that island, I think, because we have to make sure things work certain ways. And I'm really trying not to give too much away, but
no,
you both have to finish the maze.
That's pretty much
together to win.
Yes. Okay. So you know how you've been seeing people like climb up to the finish line and win?
Right.
Both players need to. So if Kato climbs up to the top and Artsy's still 40 minutes behind doing whatever, doesn't count. You both got to do it. So, and I wish we could talk more about it, but we simply can't. But Bewick took on this task and he made a co-op puzzle island, and I can't believe it, but it works. So
it works. I'm excited to see it. I can't wait till they start scheduling rounds.
Yep.
And we'll see. So the loser, we're gonna cut it in half again, because if Kato and Artsy win, Kay and Toffee both go home.
Yep. And
so
the interesting thing is, whatever team wins, then in the semifinals they play each other. So Wilbo, Cleo, you work as a team now. Then after that, it's Wilbo versus Cleo to get to the final. So this is this is gonna be good, man. So the only difficult part about that is now we have to have 4 people schedule a time that works, which is
right.
We'll give them time,
right.
But yeah, your island is pretty much done. Mine is then going to be transformed to the semifinals. So yeah. a little mic drop. So yeah, I'm excited.
I think it's gonna be awesome. It'll be cool to actually see it in motion. We haven't had any tests. We've ran our couple own tests, but we still gotta run through it a couple times. And yeah, I think it's going well. Also, I see everybody saying Cleo's drawing the short straw. Wilbo went through the maze way fast. Wilbo is not an underdog by any means.
Wilbo waltzed his way into victory.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, Wilbo could have took a 30-minute nap and won, I think. Well, I think Wilbo and against the former champ too. Let's not downplay that.
Wilbo's breaking the mazes, so it'll be chaos. But
so that'll be exciting. Okay, so I guess round 2 is temporarily like everyone's on their own team. They're out for each other, even though it's still Bewick versus Pat. They're very much. Mm-hmm. Any of these teams stick out? Like this is the favorite. Now that it's a team battle,
favorite.
You gotta have communication. You gotta have.
Yep.
Both buddy villagers. Does chat see any team that you're like, wow, okay, these two are gonna?
Yeah, I would love to see chat's thoughts of who they think which team they think is going to go forward. You can schedule for us. Here's the one matchup that stands out to me the most and concerns me the most is Kay and Toffee. They're both Team Bewick. So if I lose that one, I lose 2 people. Now you've lost too many matches to have that situation, unfortunately. Okay. But if Kay and Toffee lose, I'm out 2 people.
So I'm hoping Kato and Artsy win. Destroy.
That's probably what you should hope for, yeah.
Yep.
But I can't root against Kato either.
I mean, either way, one of your team wins.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
But yeah, that's what's gonna happen for round 2. We're gonna, we'll let you guys know on terms of the scheduling because it's gonna be a little bit tricky. That's the only thing that we were concerned about. But I think we can do it. I think it'll be good. And the sabotages are gonna be dual like everything's
duo
literally
sabotages.
Guys, just imagine.
It opens up so much more for us to be able to do all kinds of sabotages with 2 people. It changes the whole game.
Bewick, how long does it take for someone to go to someone else's island?
We're going to find out maybe. I don't know.
It's a long time. So we're going to be doing a Q&A at the end of this, towards the end of the episode, where you guys can ask us more questions about Sabotage League and stuff. We'll ask, we'll only say things that we can talk about, really.
Can't talk about, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we just wanted to reveal that because we haven't even told the competitors. Like EJ today was like, "Hey, can I schedule my match?" And I was like, "You should wait."
Yeah, we don't want to wait.
You should wait. So yeah, we might come back to Sabotage League talk, but we do have some other stuff to talk about. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. It seems like you are. Sabotage Island. If we had to do it again, we'd probably have 2 islands made already, and
yeah, I've been doing it all week trying to get it ready, and it's a lot. I'm still not done, so
yeah,
it's definitely it'd be nice to have them already done before, but you know how we do things. We wing it. We're fine.
you know how it is.
You know how it is.
Also, I didn't say in the beginning of the episode. Later in this episode, we're gonna give Bewick a quiz to see what he's gonna dress up as for Halloween. So I have that
I can't
ready.
wait.
And Bewick's not he's not the biggest Halloween fan. Like you are in October.
I do like Halloween. I'm just not gonna start in May. You know?
It's August. It's almost September.
Well, it's August now. Like now I can start.
Yeah.
But like you started like 3 months ago.
It's a lifestyle. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So there has been several things that have happened since last episode, and I don't know if we're gonna go super in depth with this, but there's 3 major things. Switch Sports. We'll start with that. Got an update. You don't care at all. I mean, did you? You got the game. You don't care at all.
Yeah, I love Switch Sports. Here's the thing about Switch Sports though. The one thing that Switch Sports does that most games aren't doing is they are at least consistently like updating the game with like new skins and stuff for everybody to get, and that's exciting. There's actually like Halloween skins coming out that I'll definitely jump in to play for those because they look awesome.
Yeah,
like that's cool to me. At least they're keeping that and at least trying to push more and more stuff for it, right?
Yeah.
I do not get last in bowling, by the way. The slander that's going on in chat is a lie. Oof. I've never gotten last in my life.
The thing is, and I think Kato might be right here. It's maybe you're too embarrassed to. You got to practice. It's all in the wrist. You know, you got to just turn it a little bit. So,
okay.
No, I mean, listen. Switch Sports got an update where you can use the leg strap for soccer. And then basically they came out with new costumes and people have data mined this game to hell basically. And you know, those Halloween, there's 2 Halloween sets that are coming out.
Those look good. Those
look really good. And so the only interesting thing about this, because I didn't even go back and play it. But the updates for the costumes anyway stop in October. Do you think that's when we get golf? Is that gonna
See, I'm down to play some golf though. I feel like as they add stuff to that, I'll still go back and try that. But like for something we're not really touching on it, but it's so funny to me that the Sabotage League Discord we have now is like they're all going back and forth because I keep getting notifications for it.
Oh god.
They're panicking.
Yep.
But like strikers, if they brought something, I still wouldn't go pick that up. But Switch Sports, I'll jump back into for an update, you know? So if they do get golf, I'll go back and play that.
Yeah. I still think that this game, and we'll talk about another game that I think should have been free to play. I think this should have been free to play. I think,
yeah,
you know, you have a universally known game. Switch Sports released free on the Wii. So now you're expecting people, like, they have it in their heads like, oh, wait. Like 10 years ago, didn't I get this game for free? So like you're giving him $60 to get like free to play, and then the cosmetics could have been unlockable. So I don't know. This does nothing.
They haven't really established that as like something that Nintendo does though. Like having the just free, like something like Fortnite. Fortnite's on Switch, but it's not, you know, it's not their game. They haven't established a battle pass like style with like any of their games like that.
Yep.
You know, they're not releasing a bunch of paid cosmetics like that.
I saw an article recently because Fortnite's obviously not a new game. There was someone who made an article saying that Fortnite is the greatest game of all time. Greatest video game of all time.
Wait, what did you just say?
There's
an article that says Fortnite is the greatest game of all time.
The title was like, Fortnite is the greatest game of all time, and it's not even close. And like I did okay. I don't think it is the greatest game, but I did the same thing you did, and I laughed and whatever. But I seriously, I might be going over the edge here, but I feel like Fortnite is probably the best multiplayer game of all time. Or at least in the top 3 of that. And
best multiplayer of all time?
Best multiplayer game of all time.
Okay, here's what Fortnite is probably the best. We'll say. I would say probably the best like collaboration game of all time. They have all these crossovers of all the skins that come in. That's the best part of it.
Listen, I mean, I'm like a moderate Fortnite fan, but like, dude, I've had some of the most.
You're a moderate Fortnite player.
Okay. All right. I mean, listen, what do you think of when you think of multiplayer? Like, I love Mario Party. I love Mario Kart.
Halo.
Yeah.
Halo's huge.
Good. Call of Duty.
I mean, yeah, those are massive.
But dude,
Fortnite.
And I'm not agreeing or saying this, but I think it's at least for me top 5, top 3. It's good, man. I don't know. Anyway, we're besides the point, but I think it definitely. We're gonna look back, I think, one day at Fortnite, and
I'm gonna look back at this conversation later tonight and be blown away. Fortnite. One of the best multiplayer games of all time for you.
One of the best? You're not even on board with that?
I don't know. It's one of the better like battle royales for sure.
You can kill people as Goku with a lightsaber.
Well, that's cool. But I don't know. That's wild.
When
you got like games?
Do you have like a top 3 multiplayer?
Like Halo 2, like any Halo game is like way surpasses Fortnite for me.
Okay, so Halo. What else?
Jeez.
I think Mario Kart is probably mine.
I think as much as I don't like this, Mario Kart's way up there. That's like an all-time classic. As much as I don't like this, I think Among Us is like one that kind of changed, like is a new like idea and stuff. At least is bringing something new to the table in that aspect. I wouldn't say it's a better game than Fortnite, but that's at least taking an attempt at something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Did you ever play H1Z1? That's like an old battle royale.
I didn't.
Yeah. I think Fortnite's probably the best battle royale game out there for sure.
Okay.
So if a BR is going to get in, then Fortnite can get in there.
I mean, I really do think that one day we're going to look back. Everyone's going to look back at Fortnite. If it, how long it survives. I'm surprised it's still going. But, like, you can't discount 100 players on a map, teams of, like, 2, 4 going at it, strategizing, ridiculous. It's definitely made its mark. But I don't know. It was a long tangent. I just saw that article, and I was like, wow, that's pretty bold to say. But,
yeah. I mean, Minecraft is also a huge multiplayer game. I know you hate it.
I'm not the right guy
huge.
to talk about Minecraft.
I know, but that's huge. You know what's not a great multiplayer game is Animal Crossing.
It can be.
It can be.
With a couple knuckleheads building mazes, it can be. Speaking of Mario Kart also came out with the second DLC pack, and did you play?
I did. Okay. I did. Did like a little. I had like a 2-year celebration thing. We played some Mario Kart. That was a ton of fun. But also, I feel like Mario Kart, like, whenever the new expansion comes out, I love to check out all the new courses, and then I feel like I don't really feel like I need to go like play them on my own though now or anything, I feel like it's like, all right, cool, let's check all these out.
Yeah.
And then we're kind of done.
Well, 8 courses every 4 months is not it in terms of pacing or whatever. I will say that this DLC pack was definitely better than the first one. I think it was maybe just track selection, but also there was a little bit more polish put into it. But I don't know what it is, man. These courses, play the DLC courses and play the Mario Kart courses that are already in the game. And there is a significant difference in visuals and just overall quality. It's really striking. Is anyone else? Because like I feel like a lot of people get the DLC, right, and they play all the courses in the DLC, but they don't go back to the old courses. The old courses look amazing. They look, and that was a console ago. The new ones, dude, the grass is flat. Like, what was it?
Are you saying the new ones that they just gave us are good, or are you saying the ones they give us are bad?
The newest ones.
Yeah, so the new pack they drop are really good.
They're good, but graphically they're not. It looks like a different game to me.
Right, you think they're cranking them out? Well, they're old. A lot of them are old recycled maps. They're just remastered. Yes,
but I mean, so are a lot of the tracks in Mario Kart 8, the base game.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. Oh my God, what's happening? I've had fun with them. Oh my God, you idiots. Well, you only need to see me anyway.
Yeah, that's fine, guys. You don't want to see me anyways.
Oh my God, dude.
Update me, dude. I require a software update.
I'm not updating you. Okay.
Come on.
Anyway.
Now your camera is not responding.
I don't know. I'm just... The courses are fine. You can have a ton of fun. I'm not taking anything away from Mario Kart, but like graphically, it's weird. It's just striking to me. I don't know.
Well, you can't really say that they're like cranking them out, right? If it's taking 4 months in between, they can't be knocking these out super fast. So that's an excuse, right?
I think every single course is done.
Yeah.
They
why
have
wait so long?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just like I kind of wish they made they just went the new Mario Kart route, but
yeah. I mean
I know how to break Buick, so if you want any more,
God, dude.
If you want any more,
oh my God. Yeah, I mean the next Mario Kart is going to be on the next Switch for sure. Like not even close.
Yeah. I don't know. I played all the courses. I, had fun with it. I'm done with it.
I know that's the problem is I feel like you play it once, you see all the new tracks, you're like, all right, now what? I don't feel like I need to go back to this. I don't feel like I need to, do anything like that. Mm-hmm. I will say I had a lot of fun playing it though. It's such a good community game.
Yeah, it's you. What was it? Last episode, I was like, it's one of the best games on Switch, and you were all like offended by that. It's definitely one of the best games on Switch, dude.
I
Mario
guess.
Kart.
But you just never play it. When do you ever play it?
I played it to hell on the Wii U, so it's kind of
I guess I never play Breath of the Wild really anymore, and that's definitely one of the best games.
Yeah. It's not about playtime,
Okay.
All right. Playtime. That could be a topic all in itself. Anyway, Pokemon. All of this happened before, since we've done this show, by the way, which is...
Oh, hey, by the way, maybe today we should check Nintendo's Twitter before we end the show, because that seems to be a thing. Every time we end the show, Nintendo announces something right at the end. Something to think about.
Yeah, everyone, can you... Not right now, because it usually happens in about 30 minutes. Every show we've ever done, I think except for maybe one, Nintendo has tweeted out something. Like new Nintendo Switch Online games, new something. So keep an eye on Nintendo Twitter and let us know. But yeah, Pokemon news on the new Pokemon games. You watched the trailer?
I did watch the trailer.
Okay.
They got the new where they're all crystallized and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Are you excited for that new mechanic? That's kind of their new shtick for this version, right?
Yeah, it's like crystallized forms, and then the Pokemon change into like these crystal things, and their type changes. So like you might have like a normal Pokemon, and then they might change to like a grass type. Okay, I don't know if I'm in the minority here. I feel like the shtick to this game is the open world. Why do we need some weird crystal thing? And we don't know a ton about it, so it might be the best thing ever, but like
open world's not that new to us though. If you played Arceus, however you say it, right? Like that was open world. That was completely, well, it's not exactly open world because there's still like the load in between, right?
Yeah, it's like open area.
So, right. But they always have something like this. They have the like the mega evolutions and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think this will be bad. I think it'll give you like an equalizer for some of those like battles you go into and don't have specific Pokemon and you get wrecked because you have all water or something, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cool. I didn't hate on anything that I saw from the trailer at all, personally.
It could be interesting in terms of typing, you know, competitive play, because that crystallized thing, which we don't really know too much about, but you know, certain Pokemon competitively could be more, people can use them more, because you might have like a weak grass type, but if they could change to like a water type, you know, it's definitely, I think, geared towards competitive play. I think the thing we have to talk about here are the legendary Pokemon. Okay. How are you feeling about this? Because they've revealed we all kind of thought this, but you can use them as vehicles. So you can kind of like, I think, well, it's past and present. That's confirmed. One turns into a motorcycle and then the other just like runs like a beast or whatever. Here's the thing. If I was like 10 or like 8, I would be doing
awesome
double front flips. Yeah. Like, I love this concept, but like,
where's my Pokemon Hot Wheel crossover, right?
Yeah. Do you like that? Does this do anything for you?
Absolutely not. I mean, I don't hate, like, I'm not like, oh, I'm not getting it now, but like, I don't know. It looks kind of corny to me. I don't care to like I like, but I'm also like a old Pokemon player, right? So I like the old legendary birds and like all that kind of stuff. And now they've gone into this, like, every Pokemon turns into some kind of gadget or something. They're like swords or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't really care for that kind of stuff when they turn into like these items, but not my favorite thing.
Yeah. I really like the way that Arceus did things, where, you know, you have like a special bird Pokemon that flies you around, or like a fish Pokemon that you can swim with, or the deer that, like, you know, but these like turning into actual vehicles seems weird to me. Like, it just doesn't.
They're not Transformers.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Anyway, I'm still very much invested. Like, this to me is like one of my most hyped games, like right near another one that we're about to talk about. But I'm still.
I do think the crystal thing looks cool. I think it looks really cool. People are kind of hating on it, thinking that it's like it looks really stupid with the stuff on their heads. But I think it looks pretty cool. It's a nice new thing. But
I think it looks kind of cool.
And we got the old school Pikachu coming back with the balloons. That's cool to see. Yep. I like that.
And then they have like the different Pokemon forms. So like Wooper is like a different type.
Yeah.
I always like when they do that. I like when they do that.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm very much invested. And they also came out with the raids, which I think was cool. Like, you know, this game's going to be very much online. So, like, I'm excited to do some raids with you. You know, take on giant Pokemon or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
the more multiplayer they introduce, and us being able to just run throughout the world together with no, like, open world is going to be so much fun, I think.
Yeah. I really like that. And another thing that they revealed was that there's 3 different storylines that you can do. So this I feel like was glanced over. A lot of people aren't talking about this, but like, you can do the classic storyline where you go and beat all the gym leaders, and then there's a couple other branching storylines, which I think that's cool, man. Like, give me more to do in this open world. There is gyms confirmed. There is raids confirmed. So, like, I don't know.
Gyms being back is huge for me. That's the one thing I missed from Arceus, was that there was no gyms. Gyms was always like a huge. That was always the goal, right? You want to go through all the gyms and then get to the final whatever, and you know, so the Elite Four, whatever. What was that called?
Elite Four.
Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, that's what I wanted in the last one. So the fact they're bringing that back that's huge.
Are you leaning one way? Because Pokemon Violet is the future, like futuristic, whatever, and Pokemon Scarlet is like past. Are you leaning one way?
Which one I want?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Violet for sure.
Okay. I want to pick Violet, but I do like the past stuff better. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to see the Pokemon list.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the legendaries anyways. So at that point, it's gonna be, whichever the exclusives are, I guess, for each one. But even then, if we're gonna be able to go to each other's, like play with each other, I wonder how that's gonna work if there's exclusives and whatnot.
Exactly, because there's gonna be exclusives, because that's the only reason why to buy the other game. But
Right.
if you come to my game, is that how you collect the exclusives?
Exclusives,
Like,
right?
I don't know. So games might not even matter. Like, as long as you have someone you can play online with.
Right. It probably comes down to legendaries and stuff like that. So hopefully they introduce more of that kind of thing to it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I'm very much still invested. I feel like Pokemon has to tone down the gimmick stuff, like transforming Pokemon, crystal Pokemon. Like, I don't know. It's just, you have a good, your gimmick should be new Pokemon and open world. I think that should be it. But anyway.
Yeah.
And then the last big thing was the Splatoon 3 presentation, which, guys, let me know in the chat who's excited about Splatoon 3. Bewick, Splatoon 3, you invested. Is this a pass for you? What do you think?
I'll definitely be getting Splatoon 3. I didn't really play. I've only played very little of Splatoon 2, so I haven't gotten super into it. From what I see, though, it looks like a ton of fun. It's a nice, like, competitive, shooter kind of game. They introduced a lot of new, like, weapons and things like that to this next one. I think it looks like a ton of fun. So I haven't really had that many friends that played it a lot, but now, like, I know Cora's big on Splatoon. So it's been talked about a lot more. So I'm definitely stoked to try it out and get some games in. You were big on Splatoon early on, right? So you got to be way excited for this.
Oh, I love Splatoon, dude. In terms of like franchises, I feel like Splatoon's probably in my top 5. I love it. It's just competitive shooter. But what I was going to say, and people can chime in on this. For me, when I'm seeing, because I've been since the beginning, Splatoon 1, excellent. Splatoon 2, great. Splatoon 3 looks like Splatoon 2 DLC. Like, it doesn't really push.
Really?
I don't see a big difference. If you showed me a match from Splatoon 3 and a Splatoon 2, besides the exclusive weapons, like the bows and stuff, it looks pretty much like the same game. And a lot of people were kind of critical on that. Like, why not just keep updating Splatoon 2?
Right.
I will be playing this. Splatoon is amazing. Anyone that's new to this sort of thing, it's a competitive. It's not even like a shooter, really. It's you just paint. Whoever has the most area painted, you win. That's about it. You can shoot people and kill people and for an advantage, similar to like hockey during like a power play. Like if one of your, so. I am very much on board, but it just seems like a lot of cosmetic differences.
Okay. Kato brings up a good point. Does there need to be a difference, though? Don't people get mad when Nintendo changes a good thing? We just talked about how many differences there were in Pokemon, and you weren't pumped about that, right? It's like the crystal thing and all that. And that's kind of true. And then people were upset about New Horizons being different about New Leaf, which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way.
Yeah.
Because there's way more you can do in these than the old Animal Crossings, but does a sequel need to be crazy different from the first or the previous game for it to be exciting?
I think it needs to have like a new flavor, right? It needs to have a good amount of like returning, like, oh, I love this franchise, I love painting everywhere. Like, it needs to have that. But it needs to have improvements, and it needs to have leaps forward. And I feel like this game doesn't have that. It has a lot of the first thing. So, for example, anyone that plays Splatoon, when you're picking a map to play multiplayer on, like in Mario Kart, you can like each pick your map, like what you want. And after each race, the random maps rotate. Well, Splatoon, the multiplayer maps, they're the same maps for like a period of time. And they kept that. They kept certain things like that. Like, so you can only play a certain multiplayer map for like 2 hours or an hour or whatever it is. And then, you have to wait for that to change over. That should have changed. The mascots where you load into the game and the mascots keep talking to you for like 5 minutes, introducing things. Like, that's annoying. It's like the equivalent. It's the equivalent to Isabel with the morning announcements, like the 5-10 minutes before you can play the game. So like they kept that in. There's no new exclusive modes as far as I can tell. There's new weapons, which is good, but I don't know, man. Like, people that have invested so much time into Splatoon 2, it's like, okay, they're just making me spend another $60 to play this new game.
Right.
Like, it's very much the same. Like, it's
right.
Which, I mean, I'm still gonna buy it, but it's because I have to, you know. Like, no one's
right.
Yeah.
Well, this is probably the kind of thing that they're running into with a new Mario Kart, right? Is there's only so much new they can do with the Mario Kart, right? It's a racing game. It's new tracks. It's new cars, probably new characters. Which I don't know why Mario Kart doesn't. Not to go on like a side tangent about Mario Kart, but I don't know why Mario Kart doesn't do, or even Nintendo as a whole, do the same kind of collaborations that something like Smash does, where they have all these new characters come in. Why don't we have that for a Mario Kart or something like that, right?
Yeah, Nintendo has a real problem coming for the next console because, like you're saying, how do you top Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? How do you top Super Smash Brothers? And now, how do you top Splatoon? How do you top Animal Crossing? Like, they're putting out crazy good games this generation. We're gonna look back at the Switch, and you know, I already think it's one of the best, if not the best, console Nintendo's put out. But like, they're gonna come into a problem where you're probably gonna see a lot of ports. I really think Smash Bros. Ultimate will be on the next console in a port form. Like, because what can you do to it? Add more characters? How many characters do you want in Smash Bros? Like,
I mean, I would like all those characters in Mario Kart, honestly.
Yes.
Maybe more like power-ups in Mario Kart somehow, specific. Maybe there's a mode where there's like a power-up mode in Mario Kart where, you know, you pick this character, so now you have this special, kind of like in Smash or something like that. That's the kind of stuff they need to do to make it a better game, I think, is bring in new mechanics in that way and new modes in that way.
And, you know, Mario Kart will be fine. Like, Mario Kart 8 introduced, like, the wheels where you can, like, go upside down and stuff. Double Dash had 2 people in a car. You know, they've done creative things. I think Mario Kart would be fine. But a game like Smash, I'm not even a huge Smash fan, but I feel like I see a problem there. Because how do you top that? So, but yeah, Splatoon 3 looks good. It looks more of the same. There's a lot of new cosmetic things. There will most likely be a DLC. You know, Splatoon is a game where like they update the weapons and cosmetics pretty much. Is it daily? Is it weekly? I don't know what it is, but it's pretty frequently. And that is the team that abandoned your Animal Crossing. So there you go.
No, Pat, what are you talking about? I just saw a video the other day. There was an update. Did you miss that one?
Oh, an update coming soon to. Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
There, you sure there was a video? You saw a
Very
video?
sure.
Okay. It's
well, I'll do it. I'll put it on myself.
Okay. I'm done. So those are the major Nintendo news things. I mean, we've had news about new games coming to Nintendo Switch Online and stuff, but I don't think any of that's notable. Wave Race.
Excuse me. Hold on.
Wave Race.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks
Wave
for
Race is
backpedaling.
good. I don't know.
Good. Wave Race was my childhood. That game is amazing. If you guys have not played Wave Race, watch for Wave Race to come out. That game is amazing. Great music. It's fun. You get to ride around a jet ski with dolphins and stuff. It's amazing.
I agree. It's a great
game. I can't
game.
wait for that.
I can't wait to play it after this because I have an N64 right there. So this does nothing for me.
So when Waker comes to Switch, you're gonna be like, "Huh, I played it already."
I'll boot it up on the Wii U.
No, you will not. You will not put it on Wii
gorgeous.
U instead of.
Looks amazing.
No.
It's everything I've ever wanted. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the market for Nintendo Switch Online retro games.
Okay, GoldenEye. Did you like
cool.
GoldenEye?
That would be cool because it would be online.
GoldenEye comes to Switch, I'll lose my mind.
But it would be online.
Oh, GoldenEye, one of the best multiplayer games of all time.
Okay.
I don't even care what you say.
No, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's super fun.
I love GoldenEye, dude. I will lose my mind if GoldenEye comes to Switch.
Can you not listen to what I'm gonna say? Can you like pretend not to listen? Guys, GoldenEye aged like freaking milk left in the sun. Okay,
dude,
so,
go.
No, it's fine.
God,
no, did you?
dude.
You didn't listen to that. You didn't listen to that.
I did. I heard every word you said, dude.
I told you not to listen to it. I told you not to listen to it.
You're lying.
Anyway, no, it is super fun. I like it. Big head mode, can't beat it.
Big head mode, paintball mode. That's great.
Next up, good. I can talk about this. Buick can't. Well, you can.
All right, see you guys.
Actually, you know what? You can, because we're gonna bring up something else. Kirby's Dream Buffet, the new Kirby game that came out. When it first released, or like we heard it was gonna come out, we were kind of going back and forth on like how much this game would be.
Mm-hmm.
So it released. It's $14.99. What do you think about the price?
I think when we talked about it, I think we were saying hopefully it was somewhere around 15 to 20.
15, 20, yeah.
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 I think 10's probably like the sweet spot for something like that at this point. But they probably felt they'd get away with that extra $5.
Yeah. So I did play it. I bought it. I'm a huge Kirby fan. I freaking love. I have a ton of Kirby games. I love Kirby. And this is basically like, it's not a normal Kirby game. We had a great Kirby game earlier this year, and I'm not saying this isn't great, but it's just like, okay. I'm not going to do a video review, like reviewing this, but like, it's okay. It's, it's a budget game. It's basically you play as a Kirby in ball form, and you kind of roll around courses, kind of like Fall Guys style. And you go through different obstacle courses, and then there's some like mini game rounds and stuff like that. And at the end of it, the person who eats the most strawberries wins. Basically, there's strawberries all over the course, and you have to like... It's kind of like Katamari. Well, you're rolling around. It's more like Monkey Ball, if you guys know what Monkey Ball is. But yeah,
okay. It's
basically Monkey Ball plus Fall Guys plus Kirby equals whatever the hell this is. So
okay, is it worth $15 to you?
I think so. It has online, which
How
is
well?
Okay,
How
yeah,
well does it work?
We're gonna get to that because I've had
Okay.
different opinions on that. I played it. I'll be honest. I played 2 hours today. That's all. That's the only thing. But I feel like in that 2 hours, I've experienced everything. It's.
I feel like with something like that, you can only play 2 hours and be like, okay, can I invest a lot of time in this or no? And can they get away with a game like that when there is a game like Fall Guys where there's so many people that can play together and the online works pretty well considering, Nintendo and the crossover and all that stuff?
That's the next thing. Jen, how's it going, by the way? That's my next thing because Fall Guys released, a couple months ago now? Month ago? This game, you can only play with a max amount, Bewick, online. 30? No. 20? No. 10? No. 5? No. 4 people is the max.
Oh my god. When this first came out, so 3 other people you can play this with.
3 other people, and then you can play online.
No, that's not enough. That's not enough. We were talking about when this first was announced, everyone was touting it around as like the next Fall Guys, right? Like, oh, this is like Nintendo's version of Fall Guys, but Kirby. That's so good. 3 people?
So you can play a max, including yourself, 4 people, and they have like little computer players too. So it's like, I think it's a max of like 8 total people. And I don't want to drag, man, because I love Kirby, but I played 4 matches online. 2 of the matches had problems. So where do we go from there? Like, I don't know, man. It seems like a game that Nintendo is going to update with cosmetics and things like that. And it is a super fun game. There's unlockables. Bewick, I have a little cherry on top of my head.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute. I don't know, man.
Not worth it to me. I won't even that little review. I probably won't pick it up. I don't think.
It's $15. I do think it could be really, really fun. It can be really, really fun. The other weird thing about it, and Nintendo's great at like deceiving in trailers. I want to say this is accurate, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. Local play, so like if you were here with me and like we had 2 other friends, you can only play 2-player local play, which makes no sense at all.
Right, that was going to be my next thing is, well, maybe they're counting on it being a local play thing.
But like 4 players online, 2 people locally. Like, why can't you do 4-player screen? Like, I don't get it. Like,
Yeah,
you can't play...
that's not enough in today's online. Like in today's multiplayer, it's not making the top 5 multiplayer games of all time.
No,
you know?
20 years from now, though, there's gonna be someone.
No.
So I think this is a huge missed opportunity for Nintendo. I don't know what. And look at the courses aren't. I mean, I will say the theming of this game. It's a dessert food theme, and the courses are magical. I love every part of it. It's so cute. It's an adorable game. Everything looks really good too, but they're not super taxing. This shouldn't be super taxing why can't you have 10 people on a course at once or 20 people on a course at once? It just doesn't.
Well, you know what else has dessert themed tracks is Mario Kart. So I'd rather play Mario Kart with more people, have a tournament going, and not spend $15 on Kirby. That's way too few people to be playing that. How many people do you know that have you ever driven over to somebody's house? I mean, like, hey, I brought my Switch too. Let's local play something, anything. How many times have you done that since you got a Switch?
Never.
Never?
I don't. Well, someone else with a Switch with me?
Yeah, like local play.
Local play I've played with friends since getting a Switch. Okay. But not like, hey, bust out your Switch and we can have a little Switch party. I've never done that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't.
So the way of the world is not local play. Like for there to be more people that way, like they need to stop doing stuff like that.
But and here's another game. I talked about Switch Sports. I think this game should have been free to play, and it should have been like 30 or 40 people on a map. And people would pay for cosmetics. Buick, there's a burger costume, okay? You can wear a burger on your head. It's a magical game, all right? But it's just, there's not a lot to it. I played 2 hours. I'm kind of done with it. I'll probably play again because it is fun. But, you know, it's not going to keep me for hundreds and hundreds of hours, which it could have if they could have added to it. But, yeah, it's cute. It's great for kids. I will say that you go along these obstacle courses, and it is kind of like Mario Kart in the sense where you can pick up item boxes and you'll get different powers and transformations. Like one of them is like a wheel. You turn into a wheel, and if you use that, you can like knock people off the map. It is very fun, but the 4-player multiplayer kills this game. Really does. So
yeah, especially when it was announced, it was always compared to Fall Guys. Maybe they didn't intend on that, but when it's a big multiplayer game like that and it's obstacle courses, it's got to be better. It's got to be better than that. By the way, we did have the Nintendo tweet, if you're ready for it.
They really?
Yeah. Nintendo, we've already talked about it. Race through 9 courses or polish your skills in stunt mode in Wave Race 64, now available on Nintendo Switch.
Now available.
For Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack members.
Let's go. All right. Thank you guys for an amazing show. We will see you later. No, that's really cool. For me, though.
Let's go. I'm ready for that.
I think the online aspect is what gets me for the N64 games. You know, that's really cool. Like GoldenEye will never happen probably because it's by Rare and they're owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that did happen, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break from Gamer Boy talk, and we are going to find Buick a Halloween costume. Okay?
All right. Hit me with the questions, Patty.
We are going to find Buick a Halloween costume if it freaking kills me. Okay? Actually, where is this? Okay. All right, Buick. Here we go. We're going to start this quiz.
Dink Daddy. Good God, dude.
These questions are freaking dumb. Okay, anyway.
All right.
Which would be your preferred method of transport? Okay. Your own coach bus, a latest high-tech car, a funky moped Vespa, or I've got legs, I'll use them, thanks.
Can you repeat the answers again, please?
Are going to be here all day. Which would be your preferred method of transport? My own coach bus, latest high-tech car, funky moped Vespa, or I've got legs, I'll use them, thanks.
Let's go with the Vespa. That sounds fun.
Okay. You're at a party.
Oh, God.
I don't want to put the quiz on screen because Buick's going to see it. And I'm getting ads, and my computer is probably going to get tons of viruses. You're at a party, and you see the buffet table. What's the first thing on your plate? Celery sticks? 7-bean dip with chips? Sausage roll? Or anything with cheese on it?
100%. If you know me at all, you know I'm going with the celery sticks.
Celery stick, okay. This is not BuzzFeed, guys.
Of celery.
How would you best describe your humor? Obvious, slapstick, dry and dark, old school, like knock knock. I don't really do humor.
I definitely am not funny, Pat. If you know anything about me. What was the first two? The second one was slapstick.
No, first one was obvious and slapstick. Second is dry and dark, followed by and then old school, like knock knock jokes.
What's slapstick humor? What does that mean?
You're that. Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, that's what I thought. Pat just expected me to just go, yep, that's it. Like, I gotta make a decision here. This is a big deal.
What do you typically do when you meet new people? Give them the once-over to see how they look. Whoa! I thought this was a family quiz. A head nod and maybe a fist bump. A firm handshake and eye contact are key. Or say hello and return to my room. Weird. Those are weird options.
I will go with the handshake.
A firm handshake and eye contact?
I don't know about like, yeah, probably. Like, hi, how's it going?
Give him a once-over, head nod, and a fist
I'm
bump.
not gonna. That's so weird. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, fist bump. That's dumb.
Okay. If you could rock any hairstyle.
You set me up. You set me up.
If you could rock any hairstyle, which one would you choose? Big. This ain't one for you. Big and backcombed. Slick and sexy. Short, practical, hot.
Wow.
Tussled and messy. I don't really care. If you
I guess
could.
I don't. I get.
If you could.
What was it? Slick and sexy.
He likes that one. Big and backcombed, slick and sexy, short, practical, hot, or tussled and messy. I really don't care.
What's tussled hair mean? I'll go with the short, practical.
Short, practical, and hot. Okay. How do you typically dress? Smart and practical. Grunge is my thing. Vintage class, or it just says hot. How do you normally dress?
Well, Pat. I'll say, what was the vintage? Vintage is like vintage practical?
Vintage class. That's like...
Nah, I'll go with grunge.
Grunge, okay.
Yeah. Hot. I dress hot, Pat. Come on. It's like 110 here today.
We're on question 7 of 10. We're almost done.
Oh, okay, we're almost there, guys.
What's your go-to movie genre? Comedy. I'm all about the laughs. Anything with a bang... Anything with a banging soundtrack. By the way, they have School of Rock. They have School of Rock is the picture for that.
For the banging soundtrack?
Yeah. Something with a high body count, or any squeal out right now. Dead bodies.
Comedy.
Dead bodies.
Comedy.
Comedy. Okay.
Comedy.
What is your favorite era? The roaring 20s and 30s? Any time in the 70s or 80s? Ain't nothing like the present, or I'm all about the future.
There's no 90s in there?
No.
Okay, what was the first two?
20s and 30s, 70s, 80s, present or future.
I guess I'll go with the 70s. Well, the roaring 20s?
Yeah.
Like, hey, see?
Hey, see?
See?
Would you rather
Oh, God, dude. I hate you for this.
be a cat for the rest of your life, never be able to sleep for the rest of your life,
What else is new?
be able to only talk to animals and not humans for the rest of your life, only eat Doritos for the rest of your life?
Talk to animals? Only talk to animals?
Only talk to animals. Be a cat for the rest of your life, never be able to sleep or eat Doritos.
I'll go with the sleep one.
Never be able to sleep.
Or only eat Doritos, or be a cat, or talk to animals?
Sleeping is my favorite part of the day.
Well, I don't get a lot of sleep, Patty. I'm building islands over here.
So you're going to say never be able to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. This is all for a Halloween costume. All right, last question. Which city would you like to live in? Gotham, Rome, Italy, Miami, or London?
Rome.
Okay, view my results. Oh my god.
Oh, no, dude.
Oh my god.
Can you just show it?
This is the greatest quiz of all time. This is the greatest quiz of all time. You have to do this. You got it.
What is it?
So,
No, dude.
for Halloween 2022, Bewick got sexy pizza. And I'll read I'll read the description for that. Your life has been leading up to this moment. The moment you get to dress as a sexy pizza for Halloween.
Woo-wee.
Yes, they make this costume, and yes, this costume will make your life. It doesn't get much better than this.
That's amore.
So that's one less thing you have to worry about.
Yeah. Thanks for taking that off my plate, dude. Appreciate that. I can't wait to be a sexy pizza.
You have to now. You have to.
Is there a picture of the sexy pizza?
Yeah, there is. There is.
Can you show
it? Let me. Well, it's like a tiny picture.
Oh my god.
You see it?
Yeah, now I'm gonna get pizza emotes. Hold control and scroll. You can zoom in.
Oh my god.
There you go. He went straight to sexy pizza.
What? See, I shouldn't have listened. That's sexy pizza.
I can't see it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that costume. Does it have to be like a mini skirt though?
Preferably.
Okay.
I think that's good.
All right.
I don't know why there's a bunch of ads. You guys can see it. You guys can see it. So, I feel like I did you a huge favor.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all the pizza emotes that are going to be in my chat from now on.
And everyone here is not going to let you, like, you can't, there's no zombie this year.
Right.
It's pizza.
I can't be like, you know, if I were to do a Halloween island, it's going to be like, why aren't you wearing a pizza outfit?
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Okay, so thank you for that. Guys, if you want us to do more quizzes, just let me know. Anyway, now we get to the spicy topic of the week. Well, I don't know if you can really get spicier than sexy pizza, but anyway. What?
Okay, go. Nothing. I'm not gonna read.
So, GameSpot put out an article. And, GameSpot is kind of trash garbage recently, and they used to be my favorite.
Right.
They used to be my favorite.
Okay. I used to go there for cheats. GTA cheats.
So the title of this article is "Wholesome Games Are Awkwardly Comfortable Depicting Violence Against Animals." And this is, you know what? We just joked around about freaking sexy pizza. This is actually like, you know, we got to talk about this.
Okay. Do we?
So basically, I'm not going to read it all. It's a pretty long article, but it's basically talking about, the first part of the article is talking about cozy, like cozy games, you know, cozy games being big. We all know that. So it says, perhaps the poster child for the wholesome games genre, Animal Crossing, is both inspired by predecessors like Harvest Moon and a direct inspiration for games that have followed it, such as Disney Dreamlight Valley. Its gameplay loop consists of breezy activities such as decorating your house, designing clothes, and gardening. It's certainly one of the most successful games of its kind in the industry's history. I would never argue its success, but I do take issue with its label as a wholesome or non-violent game. In Animal Crossing, one of the major daily activities is fishing, both here and in many other examples within the genre. It's the fishing mechanic that most reliably reveals the dissonance between a game's vibe is intended to be and what it actually depicts. Fish don't enjoy being tricked into biting a hook. When it happens to them, it doesn't just take away their autonomy, it inflicts pain on them for a long time. For a long time, people argued whether or not fish even felt pain, since they don't seem to express it in ways humans often prefer other species communicate with. You may be thinking, so what? These are video game fish. They aren't real. I agree. These obviously aren't real fish whose feelings we may not want to worry about. But what matters is how we are often comfortable depicting casual violence, such as sport fishing, in a game that is universally praised as non-violent and wholesome. Just as we expect our media to offer thoughtful depictions of mental health, gender issues, or yes, even the catch-all politics, it's reasonable to expect thoughtful depictions of non-human animals, especially when they wind up in our video games so often. It doesn't end there. It does keep going on with, you know, bug catching and things like that. It does go into some other games, Night in the Woods. It goes in. But I guess the big problem with this article is games that are labeled as wholesome or family-friendly games often have fishing in them, which I guess they're saying makes it, which I guess Mark is saying makes it a not family-friendly or non-wholesome game.
Mark needs to go outside, I think.
I just don't know what the angle is here. Like, what is the point of this?
Get clicks, because how silly is that? Like, first of all, every game doesn't have to be cozy or whatever, right? Like, I feel like cozy is like this big buzzword now that everybody slaps on any game, and it's like, this is cozy. What does that even mean? Mm-hmm. You can sit and play it for hours and get your pumpkin spice and get in a nice warm blanket and just chill and play it. Like, any game can be cozy if you're doing that. I don't get that. Like, everything needs to be cozy. That's a whole separate thing, I guess. But
I mean, this is, whether you like it or not, this is we're in the cozy genre. Like Animal
I
Crossing
know.
is a cozy game.
I know that.
The last thing is no game comes with the directive of depicting animals in a fair light. No game dev owes anyone that by default. One can make a game about a billion different ideas, and there's no minimum number of well-living animals that must appear in every single one of them. But once you've applied the labels of wholesome or non-violent to a game, it becomes your responsibility to identify and challenge the problematic notions that might be lurking in the gap between what you know and what you show. So, did Nintendo give Animal Crossing a cozy label? Like, here's our cozy game. Or are they saying this should be a rated M game? Is that really what's happening here?
There's nothing. They don't make the fish. This person is assuming that the fish are caught with like a hook in the game and they're bleeding in their hands and stuff like that. Like, you catch a fish, it's just a little bobber that the fish even gets onto, and then you don't do anything but bring it to a museum, and then it's in there swimming around, right? First of all, I mean, like, you can cook and stuff, right? But so there is the fish on like a, a carp?
There's no blood. There is cooking. You can cook with the fish.
Right. There's the carp on like the cutting board, right?
Yep. There are recipes. There are different things like that.
For someone to label Animal Crossing as like subtly violent or something like that is so ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous thing Animal Crossing could be considered. The only way Animal Crossing is violent is when people put, like we've talked about before, is like they make the rooms specifically to be like these horror games or something like that, right? That's the only time that I've seen it be actually violent. People slap their least favorite. How many times have you hit truffles with a net or something?
A couple.
Does that make the game violent? No.
RC brings up a good point. Cozy games don't penalize you removing an aspect of the game. You don't have to fish in AC or Stardew Valley. You don't have to hunt in Dinkum. But I will say, though, if you choose to go the non-violent route, you kind of do get penalized, though, because you can't finish your museum. You won't have the recipes that other people will have. You don't have certain achievements that you get for catching fish. So in a way, you do get penalized. I just don't know what this person wants, though. Is that what it is? Do they want to raise the ESRB? Do they want this to be a rated M game? Do they want to remove fishing from it? I mean, I don't think any kid is playing Animal Crossing and suddenly wants to kill all fish in a freaking 10-foot radius. Like, I don't think it provokes violence. It's just, but it is weird because it is. I mean, I'm not agreeing with them, but it is a violent thing, though. So I think fishing I mean, hunting, fishing in general is a...
Okay, but this person is specifically talking Animal Crossing, right? Or they say all cozy games, and then they use Animal Crossing as the example.
They mentioned Stardew, they mentioned Animal Crossing, they mentioned Harvest Moon, I think. I just think out of everything that's going on...
Dinkum's definitely violent. You literally have to like kill animals with spears or arrows and stuff like that. I could see that, and then you literally cook it to like it's a survival game in that way, right? So I could see that being more like, well, it's kind of violent.
But what do you do with the sea bass recipe? How do you get that, Buick? You kill it. I'm not in it's. This is the gray area.
You will have the hardest time.
And I agree with you.
Convincing me that Animal Crossing is violent in the slightest.
I agree with you 100%.
It's a child's game. They're not making it that violent.
But any time I hear something like this, I hate just like writing things off and just being like, okay, they're totally wrong, I'm right. I try to go into their like headspace, and I don't know what that accomplishes, though. Like, I guess the only thing that might eventually happen is the rating changes, but I don't think fishing is there to evoke like promotion of violence, because Animal Crossing, whether you guys see it or not, like there's a very educational aspect of Animal Crossing. You go to the museum, right. They teach you about fish and bugs and stuff. Like there's value there, but like fishing is in a lot of cozy games, and it's just interesting But like you said, there's no blood, there's no hook.
Right.
But it's implied, I guess.
God, I don't even know. I feel like fishing. I feel like most people see fishing as very different from hunting as far as violence goes. Fishing's pretty brutal, honestly. With people that are fishing, like go out and fish and actually keep the fish and stuff like that, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
So I could see that, but there is none of the bad like fishing stuff depicted in Animal Crossing or in. I don't even think there is. I haven't played enough Stardew to know what the violence would be in that, but that is way too much.
And guys,
that's so dramatic. This is a very sensitive, like, this game is so violent. What are you talking about?
It's a weird angle to take. And by the way, I had to double check this. This article was written July 29th of this year. So, like, not even a month ago. And I remember when Animal Crossing came out and it was huge in 2020. I'm talking about New Horizons. PETA came after New Horizons pretty bad. But, like, why bring this up again? I just don't know. It reads to me like a click piece. It's interesting. It's definitely a thought piece, but I think out of all the things you could have talked about, really, we're going to violent fishing. I don't know, man. I had to bring this up because, obviously it involves Animal Crossing, but, like, weird angle. I don't know, man.
That's a really strange take, in my opinion.
And I know a lot of people are against it, myself included, but yeah, it's just, I guess it does have value to it, but it's just a weird angle to take. I don't know. Out of everything that's happening, it's just very weird.
Yeah.
Okay. We do have questions in both of the Discords. If you want to pull out some questions, feel free to ask questions in the chats.
We got a lot of Sabotage League questions for sure.
Okay.
How about after everything that has happened so far with Sabotage League, is there anything you would change or do differently in future leagues? I think we kind of touched on this. I think one of the big ones is pretty much having islands ready to go would be ideal.
Yeah, preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we both had... Basically what we would do is, if we had to do it again, round 1, it would be like one Sabotage Island, and then the people that go after them would be your islands, and then we would keep... So, like, while your island's being played on, I would update mine, and then that would be the next one. So it would, like, keep going on.
Right.
Be like, a more neater thing. We've also talked about maybe...
Well, don't give too much.
Well, no. This isn't giving too much, but
Because we've talked about future, like the next seasons going forward, what we're gonna do, right?
We talked about the future a lot, and I don't want to go into that because we do have some really cool ideas.
Right.
But
right.
We've also talked about scaling Sabotage Island back a little bit, where it might not be in round 1 for future. Because guys, we just had 8 rounds with one island that I had to update all the time. So like, I wouldn't mind if future round 1s were just sabotages and hunts, and then when you got to the next round, maybe introduce Sabotage Island. Maybe, because it's a lot of work. I love Sabotage Island, but it's a lot of work. Like 8 rounds. I think 4 rounds is probably more manageable.
Right.
AZ in the chat says pre-recorded episodes. I am very against that. I don't know.
I don't think that would work well for something like Sabotage League.
Yeah.
I think being live and the raiding it and all that stuff is all like part of it, right? So if you take out the raids and the sabotages in that way, it wouldn't be as exciting.
Oh yeah, the raids. You couldn't even. I don't even think this could work as a as a pre-recorded.
Chat plays a huge role.
Yep.
In Sabotage League and all the matches, so
yeah,
I don't think we could do pre-recorded like that.
What else you got?
Did you enjoy making Sabotage Island, and would you consider doing competitions on Island? I mean, we're pretty much doing that with duos. We have more people. It's like having 4 people on an island.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we're testing out duos, but like I think they're talking like Crunchy style, where like 4 people show up
Right.
and do that. I mean,
Right.
we could do that, maybe as like an offshoot thing. It wouldn't be Sabotage League, but
Right.
full disclosure, Buick and I love making mazes. It's like, it's very tricky though, because it's like we don't get much out of it. It's more of like a community thing, right? So like the 2 people streaming, you know, have the audience, have the people there. We're just like hosting. So it's
Well, that's my next question here.
okay.
Is are you getting increased engagement in your own channels through Sabotage League, even though you're not the one streaming? I hope so. It's amazing you're both working so hard on it. Also, follow up, which is a funny question. Who has given you both the most angst or laughs when competing? Assuming Wilbo, but just checking.
So have you seen an uptick from it?
Have you seen engagement in your own channels through Sabotage League, even though you're not the one streaming?
Okay. Have you?
I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because I am putting like a lot of like other videos out and stuff like that. I would say it's probably not the same as if we were the ones like streaming it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that, but I've seen like pretty steady growth in general. But it's hard to say if that's from that or not.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell. I just started a new island, so I feel like that's a lot of where the hype is coming from. But I mean,
Right.
Sabotage League, our names are out there. It's not like we're getting nothing from it. I mean,
Right.
all of these streamers have been so nice, like, you know, shouting
Right.
us out and stuff and directing people to us. So yeah, there's definitely a benefit there for sure.
Right. Also, yes, Wilbo stressed me out the most.
Yeah.
I've been pretty honest about that. I also didn't have internet, so a little
And
different.
I will say the things that stress us out the most, out of the 8 matches, I want to say 3 of the matches didn't go as planned. So like perfect example was Becca and EJ's match.
Mm-hmm.
They went into Cherry's house, who had a crafting table. That wasn't planned. Cherry was actually an autofill, and whoever had Cherry before put a permanent crafting table in her house. So like she now has a crafting table at all times. So I didn't know that. So they waltzed in there and I'm
Right.
like, oh yeah, go check on Cherry. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then they went into Cherry's house and she was crafting. And yeah, so
Yep.
some of the matches didn't work out. That's the only stressful thing.
Right. Let's see. We kind of got like we're kind of answering a lot of these through the other questions. What has been the most challenging part of hosting Sabotage League, and what has been your favorite? What has surprised you the most?
Challenging part about hosting it?
Yeah, I think challenging is just literally making the
Yeah.
islands since we came up with that.
Play testing it.
Yeah,
Your island especially, because it's made for 2 versus 2, which
right.
I can't think of anyone that's done that. So, you know, we had our original idea of how we want it to go, and I'm not spilling it, but it's very challenging because
Stop. Moving on. Pat's gonna leak everything, and
anyone that's
Holy
still
cow.
competing, we'll have a private call. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
yeah, there was. I do regret not filming, like not recording for myself the building of this next island, because I think that would have been a cool video to put out as like you know, like just a speed build of how we come up with it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think some like behind the scenes would be cool, but there's also like not too much we can do with it, I feel like.
Oh, I did. Something was going on in the chat, but I do remember a question that basically said like, "Hey, when you were picking people for this, did you?" I don't know how to word it because I don't remember what it was, but basically it was asking like, "Are you aware that some of the streamers you have aren't family friendly, or like was that big into your decision or whatever?" So basically, we have 16 people competing. And everyone is different, right? Like everyone
Right.
isn't like us. We're pretty much
Right.
family friendly I mean, we have like adult, you know, little jokes sometimes, but you know,
Yeah.
swearing and whatever. And honestly, like I don't really know what to say to that. Like, we took out the violent fishing. That was the first thing we did.
Yeah, we don't want people, fishing because that's super violent and scary.
But I mean,
I can't with that.
Every streamer is different. So like, I can't say for 100% that like everyone's going to be family friendly. We're hosting the event, but the real people like putting on the event are the streamers. It lives and died by the streamers.
Right.
Like we have a venue for it to happen. And so as much as it is our thing, it's really not at the end of the day. So you're running a risk, I guess, basically, if you have like kids or whatever. I don't know. Right.
And if people aren't family friendly, I mean, I'm not encouraging not to support people that we're putting on, but like, you don't have to watch that. Right. Mm-hmm. And that's totally understandable. If that's not something you enjoy, you don't have to watch that, Yeah. We haven't been out here. We definitely can't tell, there's certain things that we can be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. But like, we can't tell everybody how to stream and how to run their channels and stuff like that. So
and honestly, we're not doing that. I like that other chats aren't putting on a fake face for this. Like,
right.
That's
be yourself. That's why we like having all these creators, is because everybody's so different. It's fun to get new people in. It's fun to, everybody brings their own thing to the table. It's awesome.
Yeah. The best part is, seeing everyone. So.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got?
I see a lot of like the chats get toxic and stuff. That's kind of like, I don't know. That's like, I guess on the creator, like no one needs it's not that serious, guys. It's a hunting league, right? It's a villager hunting competition thing.
A lot of people are competitive and
yeah, I am probably one of the most competitive people.
Yeah, you and I are like insanely competitive. Yeah. But like when you're playing sports or like in a competitive thing, trash talk doesn't actually mean I hate Bewick's guts. Like,
right.
It doesn't. So I think a lot of that is lost in the vibe, I guess, of this. It's a very competitive. Yeah. Everyone wants their streamer to win.
Right.
So
everybody starts panicking and people so we can't mod everybody else's chat either, Mm-hmm. So what exactly is the function of a rubber duck, Pat?
What else we got?
If you could take a vacation for 1 week to any game you've played, which game would you choose? What's one thing you would make sure you experience while you're there?
If I could take a vacation to any video game world?
Yeah.
The obvious answer is Animal Crossing, but like, imagine you wake up and there's, a bunch of animals talking to you. I'd freak out. I guess Animal Crossing, because there is nothing attacking you, nothing trying to kill you, There's definitely violence. There's a ton of violence.
Well, yeah, Animal Crossing is super violent, sure.
We're going to run with that for the rest of the show.
I know.
It's a deserted island. Come on. Unless you wake up as a fish.
Would you ever get an Animal Crossing tattoo? If sure, what would you get? If you would, what would you get?
Okay, so I'm not one to like get freaking Eric on my neck, right? I hate tattoos that are like in your face, like, oh, I'm an Animal Crossing super fan. But I've thought about getting like something related to my channel on me. I think if I had to get something AC related, it'd probably be like a little leaf or something, or I don't know, like something. It would have to be very subtle.
It's got to be like minimal, where if somebody sees it, they go, "Oh, I like Animal Crossing too." Yeah. But if somebody doesn't know what it is, they don't go like, they don't know it's Animal Crossing, right? Yeah.
Do you? Would you ever get one?
I probably would. I would get something like styled like that, but it would have to be like minimal, like in a style of like, if you don't know, you know, but if you know, you know, that kind of thing. Everything is all Sabotage League.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there was one that's like, do you think you'll collaborate more in the future outside of Sabotage League? You play off each other so well.
Man, we should do a live podcast. Would you?
I would
down?
love to do a podcast someday. I think that'd be cool.
Buick and I are gonna collab. I don't like a lot of people. No, I just shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I don't work well with a lot of people. That's why I've only worked with like Zach and Buick ever.
You're hard to work with. You're extremely hard to work
we
with.
do have a question. Are y'all interested in Disney Dreamlight Valley? We've talked about this a little when it was like announced. That Disney farming life simulator.
Yeah. Thing. I think that's gonna end up missing the mark. I think it's a cool idea. I think the Disney like aspect of it will bring a lot of people in, but I think I don't think it's gonna be as great. Not at all.
I have zero interest. I'd rather play freaking Kirby's Dream Buffet.
It doesn't look very good. Like watching the most recent trailers, I don't think it's gonna be that great. I think in an ideal world, that's a really cool game, right? You have all your favorite Disney characters and stuff like that, but it's not going to amount to Animal Crossing or, Stardew or any of those kind of games that everybody's used to playing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if your mom and dad try to recreate like a viral TikTok, it's lame. It might catch on, but it's pretty lame. I don't know. Sorry to all the moms out there. I want to see my mom do a TikTok dance, even though I'm not on TikTok anymore. But I'd like to see that. It'd be cool.
You want your mom to do a TikTok dance?
Not a TikTok dance, like just a viral TikTok thing. I think it'd be hilarious. I don't even think she knows what TikTok is.
Yeah, I don't want my mom anywhere near TikTok. Oh, that's what you said. Is that what Pat said?
Don't put words in my mouth.
All right. All right, if you could add 2 new features to the next AC game, I had to take one fundamental feature from Animal Crossing away, what would you add and remove?
So I have to take a feature away, but I can add 2 new features?
Yes.
All right, guys, what features are we taking out? What features are we adding in?
Take away villager hunting. No one villager hunts. I think that's lame.
So major feature, right?
Right.
Okay. I would take out cooking.
Ooh, okay.
It has to be major. I can't be like, oh, I would take out the Bunny Day set. Like, that's not major. I would take out cooking because I feel like they've completely fumbled the bag on cooking. That's the only reason why I say it. In its place, a lot of the things that I haven't, that I could think of are just improving things. Like
quality of life stuff.
Not even better farming, more crops, better farming mechanics. I think that would be cool. Multiplayer needs to be fixed yesterday. Multiplayer something. I don't know. Multiplayer features you can terraform on my island or, mini games or, more multiplayer features, I think. And then I really like my photo idea with Harv, where he would give you picture quests, sort of like in Dinkum. It's in other games too, but in Dinkum, they're like, oh, take a picture of this.
Right.
I think that's what Harv should have been. That would have been challenging too, taking a picture of specific insects and stuff. But cooking, I can easily take out because I don't know.
How often do you really cook? It's cool to get the little plates of stuff and all that and make the meals, but you don't really do it that often after we got it.
I think we're going to end on this next question, okay? Next AC game comes out, guys. And really think about this. Don't give me a reaction answer. Next AC comes out. Buick in chat. Crafting is not in the game. Are you upset? because let's think of crafting. Let's think of crafting.
Does that mean all the items that were craftable are now gone?
No. So basically,
then no, I'm not upset. I have no. I mean,
divisive,
that does take a
man.
It takes away a lot of like. You don't have to like hit your trees anymore and get all the wood. You don't have to, hit rocks to get all the materials, which nobody's doing anymore anyways because everybody's going to treasure islands. But it takes away that grind. Then what do you do? Mm-hmm. So they have to replace. If they took crafting out, they'd have to replace it. What I would rather have is give us some vehicles.
Vehicles would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen how fun vehicles can be in Dinkum, right? Where you're riding around on motorcycles and all that stuff, and vehicles would be awesome.
My only thing though is, when do islands lag when you run around them? Imagine a freaking plane. Like,
they lag when there's a lot there though, right? I don't have any. I don't think I have lag on any of my islands.
I don't know if it can handle it.
But
here's the thing: crafting. I feel like it's just a way to like prolong the game. I think they need to just do more interesting things with crafting. Like, I do like the seasonal events with like crafting with the pumpkins, bunny day with the eggs. Like, it is charming, but like, I guess I should have framed this as, would you guys want more shops that have these items, or would you want crafting and being able to craft more items? Like, I wouldn't mind more shops, man. There's one.
Yeah,
shop.
I mean, I would like there would be. And like I was hoping that Nooks would even get even a bigger like expansion eventually, where it was an upstairs like they used to, like upstairs, downstairs, that kind of thing, and have different vendors and that kind of thing. Get a new NPC that sells you, I don't know, space rocks or something. Who knows if we're gonna be on an island or what? They're not gonna do another island probably. No. It'll be different. They've all been different like that. So
the more shops, the better. I mean, just think of like, you can have like Nook's general store. You could have like a wallpaper flooring store, Sahara or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a plant shop with Leaf. You can have maybe like specialty housing items, a seasonal shop. Like, I think I would maybe like that over crafting because it would change every day.
Right.
But I don't know.
What does crafting add for us? Besides, like, the items you can craft, like, it doesn't add to the experience, does it?
We're not saying we don't like crafting, but, like,
right.
It is tedious, and you can't... I feel like the better items in the game you buy anyway. I mean, besides the seasonal stuff. So it wouldn't be, like, too much of a loss, but it's for the grind. It's to prolong the game, especially early game. You go past early game, crafting isn't as important, I feel. Like, you definitely have to make things, but it's not as important.
Yeah.
But
especially this far removed from release. Like I said, people aren't hitting their trees every day and rocks to try to get wood and all that stuff at this point.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope it's in the next game, but just like enhanced. Everything in New Horizons just enhanced. I'll be very fine. Guys, thank you again. I think that's going to be it for episode 7, Buick. It feels good to be back, man.
It does, man. I've missed these. These are fun.
Yeah, these are so fun. Thank you guys for all the questions. Every single week, you can go to Bewick or myself. You can go to our Discord and ask questions. Anything. Doesn't have to be Sabotage League. It can be anything. You have to order that sexy pizza costume. So
I've already got one sitting right here on Amazon, ready to go.
Okay. All right. So, guys, expect that. And thank you all very, very much. We will see ya in episode 8. And we hope you like the duo matches. We'll let you know when those are coming out. Anyway, guys, we will see ya.
Thanks, guys. Peace.